what is a process or what do you do when you get triggered? Now, my name is Sebastian from the Sphere. I'm an ex-social anxiety disorder sufferer and a social confidence coach. And in this video, I want to talk a little bit about what to do when you get triggered, or rather, what I did yesterday when I got triggered. So I'm no longer dealing with anxiety. However, other stuff does get triggered for me. It doesn't happen that often, but when it does, great healing opportunity. So that's what I want to talk about. So yesterday I was on the pitch playing a game 6-a-side, and a guy made some remark, and rather than me ignoring it, it actually triggered me, smack talking him back, and going back and forth, and then having some clashes on the pitch to the point where it's pushing back and forth. And I'm thinking later to myself, I'm 31. What kind of a childish move is that? I don't want to be that way at all. So this was the last game that we played, and afterwards, I walked over to the guy and I said, "Hey man, I'm sorry for being a dick. Let's shake hands." And we shook hands, and that was it. So as I drove away from the pitch, this is maybe 5 minutes after the incident happens, I feel not good. I feel a lot worse than before I started soccer, and I feel kind of bad about myself and blah, blah, blah. So instantly I'm like, all right, I'm feeling not good. I'm triggered by something. This situation, I don't feel good. Okay, this is an opportunity for me to heal, to change my perspective, to look at this in a different way. All right, so what's the first thing that I can do? Well, the first thing is to realize that something got triggered. Like in that moment where he said something, I couldn't easily be calm and just let it fly. No, I felt I had to stand up for myself because, I felt I had to one-up him. I felt I had to be the man. And like that thing that got triggered, was not how I think as a 31-year-old, but that's, how I thought as a 17-year-old. However, I still had that belief going on. I still had that, he does something to me, well, I'm going to do something worse back to him. And that coming up for me is something old. So I'm like, okay, something old gets triggered. This is not who I currently am. It's okay. This is an opportunity to heal. Okay, so now I have this new perspective. Something old gets triggered. This is not me right now. This is just something that gets triggered. Now I feel a lot better already. Now I'm not beating myself up that much. So now, I'm sitting down. I'm like, okay, let's look at what happened. Let's address the beliefs that came up. Is it really true that I always need to defend myself and stick up for myself and one up someone else? Do I really need that? No, I don't need that. What a nonsense. I'm 31. I'm not a child anymore. I'm not a teenager. I don't have to do that. So let's get rid of that. So I focus on it, change it around, reframe the belief, put it in a different perspective, and I sit down for 10-15 minutes, get rid of all my bad feelings about what happened, any remaining judgment toward myself. And now 15 minutes later, I feel better, and that trigger that came up, I have to, stick up for myself, put other people down if they put me down. That's no longer there. And now I feel good, because now I've moved past this issue. And next time in the same situation, it's very likely that it's not going to come up for me anymore. So I've got more freedom, I'm more mature, I'm more myself, less triggers. So that's how I deal with a situation, and that's hopefully like a perspective that you can take on as well that might help you out in your journey to freeing yourself of your social anxiety and being a bit more mature about things. And that's an ongoing journey. So I hope this has been helpful, and I interview people on my podcast show, Western traditionally trained psychologists and psychotherapists who have incorporated energy psychology, EFT, and a variety of other energy psychology techniques and methods into their practice, and have seen their results with their clients go through the roof. I interview these people on my podcast, and you can find that at socialanxietysolutions.com/podcast in the description box under this video. Now, I'm releasing a video like this every Thursday. You can subscribe right here. And if you have a question, and it is a good one that more people benefit from, I'll answer it here on video. You can send in your question to socialanxietysolutions.com/contact, or rather you can use the contact form there and it'll end up in my inbox. So thank you, and I look forward to connecting with you next time. Bye.